Dragoncast.
The Code Violet developer Team Kill Media says PS5 Dino Horror game will not get a PC port because they do not want anyone modding vulgar versions of their characters. Code Violet developer Team Kill Media has announced that due to their disagreement with vulgar potential of modders, they will not be developing a PC version of their upcoming dinosaur-based game. Best known for developing one of the worst reviewed games in 2023, Quantum Error, Team Kill Media announced their new game on January 17th via official trailer. Between Team Kill's media past failures and the game's pitch as a spiritual successor to Dino Crisis, the upcoming Dino Horror action adventure might have slipped under everyone's radar if not for the recent PR effort. Taking to their official X account for the day after Code Violet's trailer premiere, Team Media informed the public for those asking about a PC version of the Code Violet, the reason we are not bringing it to PC is we don't want anyone modding vulgar versions of the main character as well as other characters in game. We hold our voice actresses and actors in high regard and was our artistic vision for the game and story and reject any form of destroying that with sexual mods, they explained. Making a joke of our art and possibly tarnishing the reputation of our voice actors and actors is not worth the extra money we can make. Their decision was equal parts of criticism and sketches as to whether or not their statement was simply a marketing stunt. The developers would later clarify in response to a user who felt their decision was a condemnation of PDC players and overall PC modding scene. We are not against PC gamers or the PC platform. We are not against modders and some of the mods fun mods they make. We are 100% against porn mods, period. Okay. Flutter would present with the concept of Rule 34 and Internet, which holds that if it exists, there's a corner of it, a reference to the propensity of the internet to produce highly sexualized fan arts of anything and all things. Basically, the thing is, we know we can't stop anyone from making their own art of the game, and that is their creation. But when it comes to the actual play of the game, we are creating to deliver on a specific vision. It's something we don't want to happen. We don't want to punish anyone, but at this moment, we see no way to prevent the possibility of those types of mods happening. We're not against modders or mods, just X-rated mods for this game. While some modders do admittedly to have more adult goals when they work on a game, others, including some in a more former group, have contributed to improving various games to keeping it alive. For instance, Minecraft currently holds the title of the world's best-selling game, would just be an empty niche release without its modding community, whose ever continuing work has provided players with new ways to play. Likewise, Skyrim, while playable in its vanilla release, would remain a barren landscape of repeating fetch quests without nearly 100,000 mods that have been made for the game since its first release in 2011. Mostly the same legacy also shared by nearly every one of Bethesda's other games such as Fallout 3, Fallout 4, and the entire Elder Scrolls series. Ultimately, the merit behind Community's decision isn't sustainable if they risk ruining their standing with players who disagree with the decision and kneecapping some Code Violet potential sales. Sure, some mods can be wild, but the creativity and innovation they provide shouldn't be neglected. And there's more to it. Like, Hitdog was covering it, and I wanted to cover it as well. But Colt said something to Hypnotic about it, and I asked her for a source because I couldn't find her source. And so she came by and for being clarified. So I say, I can't find a source, but I'm covering it tomorrow and like to have a source when mentioning it. Naturally, I'll credit you with the discovery. Now, I told her I promised I wouldn't show her username, so I'm not. But I'm showing her name she uses. This is Cult Classic Cage, also great. Great. Individual. Great content creator. I watch her a lot. And sometimes we disagree with each other, but we're all supportive of each other. But so shout out to her for this, all right? Because she said I had permission to share this. The reason why Code Violet devs are throwing shade at the PC is because they're asset flip garbage games that don't sell on PC when the Steam return policy. They depend on PlayStation's no refund policy in order to continue to make asset flip garbage. These devs were console warring on Twitter back when they were about to release Quantum Error, saying that the game wasn't possible without the power of the PS5 SSD, to which some fanboys got behind, only to find out Quantum Error was garbage altogether. Then they released The Sun and Bone, and a year later, it was only like 4 people played the game on Steam. Now, a year after Cold Violet is coming out. Just to give you and Smash the lowdown on the real reason why people want to dunk on them, they aren't woke, they aren't getting exclusivity money. The Team Kill Media devs are literally just clowns making Unreal Engine 5 asset foot garbage yearly and then say stupid shit on Twitter to go viral and get weirdo PlayStation fanboys to champion the so-called exclusive to PS5. Yes, that's how pathetic these cocksuckers are. That's why I said Hypno. The thing is, there isn't going to be a source talking about why they are truly doing what they're doing, because all it is an educated guess on why they do what they do, because if you look at Sony's refund policy versus Xbox or Steam, it is different by a lot. Their games are low-quality garbage, asset flip nonsense. Their games would get no attention unless they come up with some nonsense like that gets them attention. There's no proof of a deal with Sony, so they would never, LOL. They have lied in the past to sell their last game. So I want to put that out because obviously there's a source. Now there's a source. It's Colt's own words on her educated guess, which would make sense. You have 2 hours to refund a game in Steam, right? And I don't have a PlayStation account, so I'm going to take her word for it for the no refund policy. But it seems like that would make sense, which goes into what I said about the dangers of political grandstanding in a game, right? They don't make good games. Some people have stated they don't like their games, and they do something like this to garner attention. All right, that's why people do this. This eccentric, hello. So, yeah, that's Team Kill's Code Vein's actual reason. While they say they don't want porn mods in the game, and they make excuses about Rule 34. Well, yes, you don't actually own the digital media that you have, right? You don't own the games that you have. You bought a license for. We covered that in one video earlier last year. I've always stand for the fact that if you buy a game, you bought it for the intention of owning it. That's your copy of the game, and should be able to do whatever you want. That does not mean that the developers are disrespecting their voice actresses and voice actors and the artistic vision. That means the people who are modding it and could be seen as disrespect, but that's their copy of the game. That's their digital copy. So I understand the legalese sense that that's not their copy, but I always stand for the fact that if you bought the game, digital or not, that's your copy, and it should still be your copy. Because what happened when they took down, if you bought the digital copy of the game, there was a racing game that got shut down, and people went to court over it, and big old deal on that one. I had to go find that one because it just popped in my head when I was talking about this. So think it for you will. You can say that they are an anti-modding stance, or they're using that to gain awareness. So there's your 5 minutes of fame. And grandstanding on modding to get attention for people to buy their game. All right. So we'll see if that cost was worth it for them and later on. That being said, I'm going to put this down now. And let's see who's everyone here. So everyone's coming back in. We had this eccentric over on the kicks. Pretty far asking what happened. Well, my system crashed. I had to restart the whole computer. Luckily, when I restarted the whole computer, my tabs were here, so I don't have to redo anything. You also put Lavistro really, so why not? Yeah, and I was hoping not to be this long.
Worlds clash in endless collision. Gaming news with a fierce precision. With a spark so wild it breaks the norm. In the tempest, I